feel like I'm only making videos today about Tesla, but all the news here, all the interesting, really interesting news is, well, about Tesla. For one, Tesla has changed the price of the Model Y, not by much, just by a little bit, to reflect demand. Wait times are blowing out. I suggest that if you want a Tesla Model Y and you're in the United States, you need to order pretty quickly. Otherwise, the wait time will be massive within a few months. I could be wrong though. Here's why though I think I'm right. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. It's great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. My name's Sam Evans and I'm the Electric Viking. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back, everyone else. Tesla has reduced the price of its cars on a number of occasions. You're now looking at paying around $20,000 less than you would have this time last year. Tesla did just increase prices of some of its cars, and it decreased its prices of some others. So basically, the one car that you're going to have to wait a while to get now is the Model Y, the standard base model. If you think about it, it's actually an incredible deal. 280 miles of range in a car you can get for $40,000 US, all-wheel drive, and a lot of power. I mean, when I say a lot of power, it's a lot of power. This is the car that, if this dual motor setup was in a Volkswagen, any Volkswagen EV, they'd be calling it their GTI version. It's not. It's the slow version for Tesla. But for Volkswagen, it would be the fast version. Their EVs are, and many, to be honest, many EVs are not particularly powerful. Some are, many aren't. The Model Y standard range is actually very, very fast. It'll do 0 to 62 miles an hour in 5 seconds. It wasn't long ago before we were saying that was the category of basically, hot hatches and cars like super SUVs, where people would be willing to pay more than $100,000 to get that kind of performance in a car this size. So it's a really good deal. You can see why wait times are blowing out now. Apparently now the wait time has been increased on Tesla's website to reflect a pretty significant increase in demand. So the price has gone up by only a few $100s. However, the wait time is now July to August from originally June to July. So what does this mean by the time people place an order today? I've got no idea. But I do think, considering the price of the Model Y base model and what you're getting for your money, it's one of the best deals ever. I said the same exact thing about Ford when they released the Ford F-150 Lightning for $40,000 US, possibly the bargain of the decade. If you want a pickup truck and you want a vehicle that size, absolutely incredible bargain. And I really believe that that principle or that comment applies right now to the Model Y in the United States. Because the Model Y outside of that market, it's great, the base model, and it's worth the money, but it's not as good as the US-made Model Y. It's it's rear-wheel drive, which is good, but it's not all-wheel drive. So you're paying about the same price for a car that has one less motor and the same range. So clearly you can see that the 4680 cells are a bit better than the lithium iron phosphate cells when it comes to energy density in the battery pack. That's how Tesla's getting the same range in a car with basically the same size battery pack in that car. So I think a lot of people are realizing the value right now, because with these tax incentives, $7,500, it literally means you're getting a car now for more than $20,000 US less than what you would have this time last year. Now, of course, you couldn't get this specific car this time last year, but something equivalent. When Tesla first began selling the Texas-made Model Y, the one with the 4680 batteries, the price was $50,000 US, or at least it was a few months ago. But it's been reduced to $46,990. However, there's been a couple of price adjustments since then, and it's now gone up to $47,500. So not a big difference. It's only $500 US. But I think that gives us a little indicator here of the demand for this vehicle, that Tesla clearly can't make enough to keep up with actual demand for it. It's worth pointing out though that Tesla's entire lineup of vehicles had pretty significant reductions in price this year. In fact, there's been a number of reductions in price. This has followed a series of price cuts in January when Tesla saw record deliveries in the first quarter. It's also started a price war in places like China. Well, Tesla is attributed to starting that price war, but the truth is there's been a price war in China now for, maybe 4 or 5 years. The media have basically invented this story because it's entertaining. It's kind of like it makes something into it puts something in a nice box. The media loves to put things in boxes. They can easily explain something, but the truth is the intricacies of the Chinese car market are far greater than the media would like you to believe. Tesla didn't start the price war. It was started by many car companies massively discounting their EVs and gasoline cars and plug-in hybrids for years before Tesla actually started reducing the prices of their vehicles. Now, it's worth pointing out, in China, NIO has been very critical of Tesla. They said they would never reduce the price of their cars because they were simply worth what the listed price was. But they did just reduce the price of all models by $4,200. That was 3 weeks after a fresh round of Tesla criticisms from NIO's CEO, where he said that they would definitely never reduce prices. So yeah, maybe Tesla have put some pressure on other automakers, but that pressure is actually coming from everyone. It's coming from BYD, it's coming from new competitors, it's coming from Aeon producing great products that are selling really well. It's worth pointing out, so far Tesla's aggressive strategy is definitely working. The Model Y is the best-selling car in the world this year, and they're selling really, really well in a very tough market. Norway. There's more electric car models available for sale in Norway than there are in any other country in Europe. And yet, the Model Y has 22% of the entire car market. That shows you that people believe in a mature market, the Model Y is still a really good choice. So far this year, Tesla has delivered 422,875 vehicles. Well, actually, that's in the first 3 months of the year. That was higher than the 405,000 units that were delivered in the fourth quarter of 2022. But realistically, the car industry never ever compares the first quarter versus the fourth quarter of the previous year because fourth quarters sales numbers are often double globally. That's about the average in China at least versus the first quarter of the year. So realistically, versus the first quarter of last year, sales have actually increased by a lot more than that. For example, Tesla delivered 310,000 vehicles in the first quarter of last year worldwide versus the 422,000. So you're looking at 112,000 more cars. But the biggest difference here, if you look at it, was 2022 versus 2021. In 2022, Tesla delivered 310,000 vehicles in the first quarter. The previous year, it was 184,000. So you can see that Tesla sales have gone up enormously. 184,800 deliveries in 2021 Q1, 420 plus thousand in Q1 of 2023. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching.